Hello, my gorgeous girls who've been doing something very naughty and expecting your body to work like a man's, especially when it comes to things like weight loss and what's supposed to generally just make you feel your best. Now, this is not completely your fault. Society has done an amazing job of convincing you that you should be doing the things that work best for a man. However, many of these things often end up leading to things like low energy, hormonal imbalances, and a slow metabolism, which means fat storage for a woman. So we're going to be talking about cycle syncing today because your body needs different kinds of exercise, different intensities of exercise, different types of nourishment, and different amounts of rest depending on which phase of your cycle you're in. And once you know what to do during which phase, boom, you tap into balance and easier weight loss as a woman. Popping up on the screen now and always in the description box below, you will see today's video chapters with timestamps. I wish I knew this information years ago as a full-time personal trainer. I could have helped so many more women, but as I always say, when you know better, you do better. So now I'm teaching it to you. And can I also just take a moment for any of my men who are watching this video? Let me first say, thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this. And secondly, I promise you that the knowledge you're about to learn in this video is going to help you so much to understand and support the women in your life so much better. Welcome back. If you're new, hi, I'm Jessie Riemann, and I am determined to show you that it does not have to be hard and stressful to get the life that you want. You've simply been told that it does. You really can have, do, and be anything you desire. And I teach you the easier way to do it through manifestation and self-development tools. Your desires are meant for you, and it is time to align to the life that you were meant to live. And if you are the kind of person who is so done with the old life and the old version of you, who has never felt good about yourself, who hasn't been manifesting the things you want, you're ready to change your life and become the most confident, most genuinely authentic version of you so you can become a magnet to absolutely anything you desire. That's where I come in, and I would love to help you through one-on-one coaching. So more information is in the description box below. All right, quick reminder before we get started, I am not a doctor, so none of the information in this video is a substitute for medical advice. So while I do 100% believe in everything I'm about to teach you today, I do always have to tell you that before you make changes, you should always check with your doctor. Despite what you have been told, weight loss comes down to two basic things, especially when you've been struggling. It's been more of a challenge to lose weight. And those things are being able to tune into your body and its specific needs, as well as your subconscious beliefs about you and about weight loss. And we're going to be talking about the first one today. And two of the ways that we, especially as women, are often not tuning into our body's needs are through excessive stress as well as hormonal imbalance. So what you first need to understand is that men's hormones operate on a 24-hour cycle. So their testosterone is going to peak pretty much first thing in the morning as long as they are healthy and taking good care of their bodies. So it's going to peak in the morning, which gives them a big spike of energy. And then around 9 a.m. is when it's going to start very gradually tapering off throughout the day. And it's going to repeat this cycle generally consistently on a daily basis. Again, as long as they are healthy and taking good care of themselves. Now, with women, we operate hormonally on approximately a 28-day cycle. I know you all know exactly what I'm talking about. And there are 4 phases within this 28-day cycle. Now, a lot of traditional advice when it comes to fitness and diet culture is going to tell you things like get up super early, make sure you're getting all your most productive things done from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m., fasting is really good for you, intermittent fasting, and doing fasted workouts and intense workouts with the expectation that you are going to do this consistently every single day. Now, this advice can work really well for men because their hormones and energy are generally more consistent, as we've just explained, as long as they are healthy. However, for women, ours is going to go up and down throughout the month depending on what phase of our cycle we're in. So we need to be able to adjust accordingly. And because of that, women's hormones are more sensitive to stress, especially at certain times. So if we are pushing our bodies to do certain things at the wrong times of our cycle, that can have drastically negative side effects on our hormones, on our metabolism, and therefore cause our bodies to hold on to weight, if not start gaining weight. So that is why we're going to go over each of the 4 phases of our cycle. I'm going to tell you what your body is going to need differently in all those areas we just described: exercise, nourishment, rest, and so on, so that you know exactly how to work with your body. I also have another video that goes into a lot more detail about how high stress levels can slow down your metabolism and cause you to both gain weight or for your weight to stay stuck. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to go ahead and pop that in the cards up here, because if you haven't watched that yet, it might be a good idea for you to go ahead and pause this video, watch that one, and then come back, because you're going to have a much better understanding of why it's so important to be paying attention to your stress levels, particularly as a woman. So I just want to say again quickly, you are not built to function the same way as a man, and that's not a bad thing. Neither sex is superior, but it is important that we work with what naturally works best for our bodies. And you are not built as a woman to have the same level of consistency every single day. And when you allow this, instead of fighting against it, you're going to notice that your body works so much better for you. And for those of you who are interested in losing weight much easier, this is exactly how you're going to tap into that. Our menstrual cycles have a nice little correlation with the 4 seasons. Little did I know how perfect these pictures were going to come in handy someday. So I'm going to be using each of the 4 seasons to describe each phase of our cycles, as well as the technical terms. So let's start with phase 1, which is our winter season, also known, of course, as the menstrual phase. Now, this starts on the first day of bleed, and as you guys already know, it generally lasts anywhere from about 1 to 7 days. Now, I want you to think about winter for a moment. Of course, this is going to depend on where you live in the world, but just for the sake of this video and very clearly explaining each of these phases, I want you to just generally think about winter when it is cold, maybe there is snow, okay? So in the winter, nature really starts to slow down, doesn't it? The days get shorter, they get darker, they get colder, we need more sleep, we need more food, we often crave heartier, more calorically dense, carbohydrate-rich foods. We don't do as much, so we end up resting more. And this is exactly what you are supposed to mimic during your winter phase. Estrogen and progesterone are dipping during this phase, and everything that your body has just had to go through, and now that it's shedding your uterine lining, is very exhausting for your body. It's also very common to start having feelings of dissatisfaction and maybe even restlessness during this phase. So what your body is craving and what your body needs in order to be hormonally balanced, which helps you long term in terms of weight loss, is to be spending a whole lot more time slowing down, getting a lot more rest, getting as much extra sleep as you possibly can, listening to your body when it wants more food and higher calorie food, higher carbohydrate foods. Your body's craving that for a reason. This is the time to really be honoring that. If you crave chocolate during this phase, there's a good reason for it, okay? So listen to your body with what it is asking you for during this phase and do your very best to slow everything way down, decrease your stress levels as much as you possibly can during this time to best support your hormones and everything that your body is having to essentially recover from. Now, when it comes to exercise, this is the phase where you really want to be doing little to nothing. If you want to and it feels good, you can do something like go for a very light walk. You can do some restorative yoga. You can do some stretching. But beyond that, For as long as you are on your winter phase, the actual bleeding part of your cycle, this is when you want exercise to be at a minimum. If you listen to typical fitness advice and you try to stay consistent with your intense workouts, with your long workouts, with things that are pushing your body harder and making you feel more exhausted, you will be going against what your body needs from you in this phase, and you will end up paying for it hormonally and energetically. I remember hearing a specialist talk about this who said that if we did not honor the previous phases in our cycle, then we end up paying for it later in the preceding phases, where if we were healthy in those phases, we'd start to increase our energy and would be able to do more. But if we haven't been honoring each individual phase, we're likely going to have lower energy during the phases where we should be having more energy. And again, you're going to slow your metabolism if you do not honor your hormones. So make sure that you are resting big time during your winter phase. Phase 2 is your spring phase, also known as your follicular phase. And this coincides with the first day of bleed with your menstrual cycle. And overall, it's going to last approximately 10 to 14 days. Now, let's again think about nature. What happens in spring? Things are starting to come back to life, right? Things are starting to bloom again. Creativity and inspiration is in the air, and we start to feel like doing things again, right? So this is what you want to be mimicking during your spring phase. Estrogen is now increasing. A new egg is growing. Your energy is now going to start increasing as long as you have been honoring the previous phases. This might take you a while to get things into balance, so keep this in mind. If you're really tired during this phase, it is likely because one of two things. Either you were not honoring your previous phases when you needed to be slowing things down, or your stress levels are just way too high right now. Or thirdly, I guess it is a form of stress if you're not eating enough, if you are not nourishing your body enough. That said, your spring phase is when you're going to start feeling creative, expressive, outgoing, focused. You're going to start feeling like planning things. Your dreams are going to start to come into focus. And this is because your energy is starting to go back up and you're going to start to have energy to do more things. This is when you're going to start focusing on things that you've been wanting to accomplish that require more energy. As always, making sure that you are tuning into your body. So just because I said that this is the time when energy is starting to increase and you can start doing things that require more energy, this does not mean pushing your body to extremes. Please always make sure that you are listening to your body and honoring that your body cannot be pushed all the time, regardless of what phase of your menstrual cycle you are in. Now, when it comes to nourishment, your body is starting to detoxify from your menstrual phase, from your winter phase. So your body needs a little bit more help with detoxification. So first of all, make sure you are drinking plenty of water. You should be doing this anyway, as well as you may notice, now everybody's different, so always listen to your body, but you may notice that you're not craving as heavy of foods when it comes to nourishment. So you may find that lighter cooking methods like sautéing, grilling, and so on might sound better to you. It's also going to be really helpful, not only because this is great for your gut at this time, but it also aids in detoxification, to start increasing your intake of probiotic-rich foods such as sauerkraut, kimchi, yogurt, miso. But please, as always, make sure that you are nourishing your body and eating enough. Low calories are only going to lead to lowering your metabolism over time, okay? This is why I'm not a proponent of dieting or doing anything restrictive. It does not work long term if you're wanting to be healthy, feel good, and yes, be able to lose weight easily. When it comes to your workouts, as long as you've been honoring, I can't say this enough, I'm going to keep repeating this throughout this video, as long as you have been previously honoring the other phases of your cycles, and this might take a while to balance out, so give it time. But if you have been and your energy is increasing, now is when you can start doing workouts that are more challenging. So if you like strength training, if you like circuit training, HIIT training, running, dancing, swimming, whatever your thing is, now is the time to start doing those kind of workouts. If you feel confused about how to work out and when to work out and how intense you should be working out based on where you are right now, not only is this something that I have spent most of my career continuing to learn about because I'm so passionate about it and have been helping people with, but this is exactly what I do in my 8-week glow up package. So if you want to learn more information, you want to learn how you should be working out and doing so in a way that's going to work for you, your unique body, and where your body is right now based on your health and your energy levels, then that might be a great option for you. Now we are on to phase 3, which is your summer phase, and that is also known as your ovulation phase. Now, this is going to start somewhere around day 14 to day 18 of your cycle, and it only lasts about 3 to 5 days. Now, what do we generally think of with summer? Right? The sun is shining. We want to get out and do more things. People often feel like there's more to do. We feel like we're more social. And this is exactly what you want to be mimicking during your summer phase. Your testosterone is spiking, which means this is when your energy is going to be at its highest, as long as you're honoring your cycle. I'm going to keep saying this. An egg is getting ready to release, and you're going to notice that this is when you feel sexier, more outgoing, more social. This is when you're going to feel like the most attractive, vibrant, glowing version of yourself. Take advantage of it. This is when you want to be doing more things. This is when you want to be ticking off the most challenging things on your list, adding in things to your schedule that sound like fun, doing more things with your friends, getting involved with your partner. Not that you can't or shouldn't be doing that the rest of the time, but this is when you are most likely to feel like you are in the mood. So also you may notice that your body temperature is increasing, and this may lead to a decrease in hunger. So it is okay for you to honor that. Please make sure you're listening to your body and making sure you're nourishing yourself. I'm always going to be reminding you of that so that you are not under eating and causing your body more hormonal issues. But what you may notice during this phase is just like in the summer when we tend to crave fewer heavy, rich foods, and when we end up wanting more things like fruits, smoothies, salads, things like that, you don't have to have your diet consist only of these things. And I don't even recommend that your diet consist only of these things. But you may notice that you have more of a craving for these types of foods and these ways of preparing food. So go ahead and honor that if this is what your body is telling you it needs and wants. But your body does need more fiber and vitamin C during your summer phase. So that is one of the reasons we end up craving things like a whole lot more fruit oftentimes during this phase. We also need more selenium. So that could be in the form of things like tuna, rice, or Brazil nuts. And we also need more glutathione, which you can get in the form of things like asparagus, avocado, and walnuts. Because your testosterone is increasing during your summer phase or your ovulation phase, this means that this is when your body is at its best able to handle extra stress. Now, I'm always going to tell you not to live a really high stress lifestyle all the time because I know from personal experience what kind of havoc that can wreak on your body and therefore your metabolism. However, this is when your body is going to be best equipped for building muscle. So if you are someone who enjoys strength training, weight training, this is the perfect time to be lifting heavier, trying to get stronger, or basically doing things that are a little more challenging than you've been doing at any other time of the month. Remember, this is going to vary depending on how much stress you're under and how much sleep you're getting, or rather the quality of the sleep that you're getting. So as long as you are tuning in and really doing a good job of listening to your body, this is when you can do the more challenging workouts that are going to help you build muscle and build strength, both of which are going to help you increase your metabolism as a woman. And the fourth and final phase is your autumn phase, also known as your luteal phase. Now, this starts somewhere around day 15 to 18 of your cycle, and it lasts all the way up until the first day of your bleed. This is the longest part of your entire cycle. Now, the reason that this is called your autumn phase is, let's think about what we typically associate with autumn. Things are starting to slow down in nature. Again, we're working toward winter. Days are gradually getting shorter, and nature is gradually encouraging us to slow down more, rest more, eat more, and sleep more. So as you move into around the latter part, the second half of your autumn phase or your luteal phase, this is when you're going to notice that you're going to want to be resting more and eating more. The first part of your autumn phase, your hormone called progesterone is starting to increase as the body is getting ready for a possible pregnancy. So during this part of your autumn phase, you may notice that your feel-good emotions are heightened and you kind of have this overall feeling of wanting to settle down and kind of nest. However, if you don't get pregnant, then your progesterone decreases, as eventually what's going to happen, obviously, is the uterine lining is going to end up shedding during our winter phase or our menstrual cycle, right? And this is when we start to typically have feelings of dissatisfaction and restlessness, which is, of course, when we may, as women, start to experience PMS symptoms. Now, one of the things that makes our PMS symptoms worse is if we are not honoring what is supposed to be happening during this part of our autumn phase. And if we have not, like I've been saying this whole time, been honoring and nurturing our bodies as women throughout our entire cycle. So if you continue to push yourself hard and drain your energy during this time, it can absolutely cause your PMS symptoms to be worse. So it is crucial that you are prioritizing rest and self-care, really ramping those things up during the latter part of your autumn phase. So in the first part, you may notice that you still want to be social and you still want to connect with people. However, in the second half, this is the time to start clearing your social calendar, start saying no, turn inward. You're probably going to start feeling like you're self-reflecting a lot more during this time, and really, really, again, I can't stress this enough, ramp up your self-care and your rest. This is the time to start letting yourself sleep more as you work toward your winter phase. Start letting yourself eat more if that's what your body's asking for. It's likely that during the latter half of your autumn phase, you're going to start craving more carbs, more fats, more calories. Listen to your body. Trust your body. Whatever it's asking for is exactly what you should be doing. To help balance out your hormones and therefore can really help with PMS, your body's going to need more vitamin B6 through things like beef, avocado, bananas, chicken, garlic, salmon, sweet potatoes, and your body's going to need more magnesium. So this could be from things like apricots, beans, chocolate, cheddar cheese, leafy greens, nuts, sesame, tofu. You get the idea. Make sure you're increasing your vitamin B6 and your magnesium at this time. And when it comes to your workouts, this is when, like I said, things are gradually starting to slow down. So this is when we're going to start to make our workouts, your workouts, gentler, much milder. So think of things like Pilates, restorative yoga, and walking. Now, when it comes to weight loss, it is incredibly crucial. What is this, like the third time I've said crucial? Apparently it's that important. Your body needs you to be gradually slowing down. The latter part of your autumn phase is not the time to be increasing your stress. This is not the time to be doing extra difficult workouts. Do not be trying to increase your intensity levels. Don't be trying to do more than you've been doing. This is the time to really start slowing things down. And when you do that, your body's going to feel better. Your hormones are going to be more balanced. You're going to notice that your PMS isn't nearly as extreme if you're one of those people who has really tough PMS. And again, your hormones are super, super key to a happy female body when it comes to being able to lose weight easily. When your hormones are balanced and you're nourished and you're doing what's best for your body, that's when weight loss becomes super easy. Couple of good general rules of thumb that I want to make sure I throw in here, especially when it comes to your workouts, is to always make sure that you are stopping your workout when you're still feeling good and when your energy is still good. It's not a good idea, especially as a woman, to be pushing yourself in your workouts to the point where you're feeling exhausted. That is going to deplete your body, and it depletes your hormones, which hopefully by now you understand how important it is to take care of your hormones. Make sure that you are not exercising every single day. In general, my best advice is to make sure that you are taking at least 1 to 2 complete days off from working out in general when you're on your more consistent workout schedules. Your body absolutely needs recovery. Working out every day is only going to deplete your body, and what does that do? It's going to deplete your hormones. You got it. And that leads to a slow metabolism, and you don't want that. I don't want that for you. Lastly, I just want to say that while your body as a woman may be more sensitive to stress, that does not make you weak or lesser than a man. It only means that your body has different needs, and that when you treat your body the way it needs to be treated, your body will thank you. And things like weight loss will become so much easier because a balanced, nourished female body is one that doesn't hold on to excess weight. I sincerely hope this video helped you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you'd like my one-on-one help getting on track with balancing out your cycles and how to be able to lose weight easily, especially as a woman, I'd be more than happy to help you in one-on-one coaching. So again, links are always in the description box below if you want more information. If you liked this video, please do me a quick favor and leave this video a thumbs up. It only takes a second, but it helps me out a whole lot because that's how we let YouTube know to get these videos out to more people so that I can help more people exactly like you. You are worthy. You are remarkable. I love you. Thank you so much for being here, and I look very forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.